How's it going, everybody? Trevor, Randles, Outdoors Highway here today. And we've taken a couple weeks off, unfortunately, due to getting sick. And it took me a while to get over it, but starting to feel better. And it is bow season, guys. A little late getting into it. I was hoping to be in the tree already by now, but of course, with all the issues, it kind of made it a little bit harder. But today we're going to climb a tree for the first time with our new stand and sticks. But I want to go through some of the gear we got. So I can't remember if I told you guys, we ended up going with a Muddy Ambush safety harness, and it was just the one that I thought looked the most comfortable. Shouldn't be too bad of a harness, kind of comfortable. It's still going to be a lot of getting used to, guys. I've never worn a safety harness before. Should I have been by now? Yes. Even though I'm in ladder stands most of the time, it would still be a great idea to have a safety harness on. But I have added some dump pouches to the sides, and in those dump pouches I keep my tether and my lineman's belt, and then my spare lineman's belt, and then also my tree stand cradle, the cruiser bracket for the hawk. So that way I can get up in the tree, get to the point where I want to be, set the cruiser bracket, and bring the stand up, set it on it. Should make it easier to install the stand on the tree. I'm still kind of on the fence if I'm going to continue to use that or not. I did see a different method that a few guys use with just power, with paracord, and when they get up to their height that they want their stand in, they put their gear hanger around the tree and hang a piece of paracord, and when they bring the stand up, they just set it on that paracord, and then they're able to mount it to the tree, and that could eliminate that cruiser bracket completely. So we'll play around with that a few times, make sure whether or not I want to do that. I added some paracord to each side of the safety harness. That is what's going to be holding my sticks as I'm climbing up, because I should have where I'll probably need to hold on to 2 sticks on my way up. And then I also have a gear tether to bring up. It's a retractable gear tether, so I should be able to, my idea is have one hooked to the stand, and then have another one from, well, okay, let me rephrase that. Have one hooked from the safety harness to the stand, so I bring my stand up first, and then once I get my stand set, everything in, I can have another one that's attached to the stand that goes to my pack and my bow, and bring those both at the same time up. So hopefully that works. That's the rhythm I'm going to go with for now, and if we need a change, of course we will. There's a few more things I kind of want to do to the stand. I haven't quite decided yet. Just things to make things a little bit easier, but let's go ahead and run through the stand with you real quick. Show you guys what I've changed on that as well. So if you guys can see, I have stealth stripped the stand and the sticks, so that definitely quiets things down a lot more. It's all the way around the rim of the stand, around the seat, it's around the post, and also on the sticks. Like I said, cables are covered as well. The other thing that I changed on this stand is I attached a backpack harness to the stand. Pretty universal, it works for most any hang-on stands. Makes it a lot more comfortable to carry your stand in. The only thing that I'm trying to figure out is I'd like to make it to where the seat will stay at a 90-degree angle, and I'm going through some ideas on that. But for the moment, I'm just gear tying with some twist tie metal gear ties the sticks to the stand, and then set my pack on top of that. So my backpack will actually rest on top of the sticks, and it's all in one unit then. So then all I'm doing is carrying my bow, and everything else is on my back. Pretty light setup, to be honest. I've carried some climbing stands that were a lot heavier than this before in the past, so pretty cool. But we're going to attempt to climb this tree. This is the original tree that we put it in, but we want to put it at ground level. But as you can see, we got a couple branches hanging off here. So it's going to be kind of like what it would be like on public land, where you just can't really get rid of these branches at all times. So that's where that second lineman's belt's going to come in handy, and we can use it to get up and around each limb. And then we've got a fork in the tree. I'd guess it's close to 15 foot up. So we're not going to make it much past that. We're going to probably put the stand somewhere in this area, and we're going to climb up this side of the tree and step into the stand. So no gear hanger today, no bow, no backpack. We're just going to be climbing the tree. So hopefully this works out pretty good for us, and let's get on up in there. So like I said, give me a little bit of getting used to using the safety harness, but really smart, should definitely do it anyways. I looked at a few different other harnesses. This is the one that intrigued me the most, but at some point, if need be, I'll switch up if I have to. The only issue I'm showing already is if I decide to carry a sidearm, it definitely gets in the way of it. So might have to find something else for that. But there we go. If I remember right, my cruiser bracket's on the left and my tether's on the left. So then on my other dump pouch, which we won't be using these Velcros when we're in the tree, my other dump pouch should have my lineman's belts. Alright, so here's our first one. So we will go ahead and we're going to be operating on the right side. Clipped in. We'll put this over our back for now. I'm going to get my stick set up on my sides. We'll hang our first stick, and then we'll see how far the second stick goes. In fact, I didn't even go through this with you guys. We also added some amp steel step aiders. Now, every stick actually has them. Do I need them on every stick? Most likely not, but I'm just interested to see if it makes it a little bit easier to climb up the tree and gives us more room for error, and also how high I can actually get up with it. My goal is to be in the 15 to 17 foot range, 20 foot if need be. For me, 20 foot and up, I don't need it. So we also added some nice little rubber band straps. That's what holds the climbing sticks ropes in place, so I don't have those just flailing around everywhere. I feel like this is going to be a fairly decent setup, you guys. I'm enjoying it, but let's go ahead and get our first stick hung. Alright, so we will get our first stick hung down here from the ground level, and pretty simple. Since I have the option for those climbing aiders, I can probably go a little bit closer to the ground and still have plenty of room. Honestly, I think we're only going to need 3 sticks to get up this tree. Around. We will go down and through the middle here, and then go ahead and lock that into place. So if you feel, that's not too bad. All right, so that'll be the first stick. Go ahead and grab the second stick. So I feel like we could actually went lower with the first stick, but let's see how this looks. Ideally, we can set the second stick from ground level as well. Maybe. Nope, looks like the second stick is going to be from climbing position. So we'll go ahead and put our stick inside the paracord, so that's nice. And we're not going to use the fourth stick, so we'll just set that off to the side. We shall wrap this one back up and put it on our side. Before we get up in the tree, we'll go ahead and get our strap ready. A lot of this is just going to become repetition, you guys. The more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to be with it. Yes, we have a rooster. So at this point, base of the tree, we can go ahead and set the lineman's belt. Adjust it, and we are ready to climb. Steps feel good. All right. We're gonna space this off to where it's about equal to steps. Almost a bigger tree to be climbing here. Definitely gonna take a lot of getting used to. Okay. In. Alright, we are at the point of that limb on the backside. We are also to the point that we can put the stand. Alright, this is our extra lineman's belt. Has the prusik on it. Toss that one up and around. Alright. Tell you what, guys, to say I'm comfortable is definitely not possible right now. But we're gonna do this. Alright, so switch out lineman's belts. Boy, shaking like a leaf. Alright, so we still got one more stick here. We're probably getting to the point of the camera where you guys can't see very well, so I apologize for that. Alright, get our last step in here. We're going to go about there. Alright. A little bit smaller retrieve would have helped. Wait. We are now to our point that our tether would go up. Although this tree is a little too big for the tether, maybe. Not around the dead branch. Alright. Tether's not going anywhere. Not the best hook. Honestly, it would be better up in the other tree. But we're going. bring out the stand. And this is why I wanted this cruiser bracket. Check this out. So that cruiser bracket just holds this tree stand right here in the tree for us. And you put this nut back on top. Alright. And do our tether. So now we have the top strap on the stand. We can still do. Alright, and then we will cam it in with the bottom strap. Shouldn't take so long for somebody to climb a dang tree. But getting over your fear of heights is pretty big. We're getting there. Let's get further up. Oh my gosh. Alright, you guys. That took a lot longer than I planned on, and I'm not gonna lie, not real comfortable, so we're gonna have to work on that. But that's just what repetition is. I'd say we're all of 17 feet up in the air, maybe 15, probably 17 if I stand up. You can see everything over there though. Just gotta keep doing it. The more times I do it, the more comfortable I get with it. Had a few issues climbing up the tree. My top climbing stick I wrapped behind the tree stand, and when I was trying to cam it down, I didn't want to cut the rope, so definitely keep in mind on that. But we're at it. Hopefully here pretty soon we'll be up in a tree with a bow trying to shoot a deer though. But we're gonna go ahead and get down, pretty much reverse what we did and do it carefully, safely, and we'll be ready to hunt here pretty soon. So I'm hoping to maybe get out one of these next 2 days because I have a few days off. I have a squirrel about to jump on my head, but we'll get out and see what we can do. So all right, well, I'm glad you guys came for my first climb with climbing sticks and a hang-on tree stand, you guys. I've been in a hang-on tree stand one time before. I've never hung one. I've climbed a tree and gotten in it, and it was an old one, you guys. I probably shouldn't have even been in it. Quite an interesting trip there too, but that was way before I started filming. So I got a few things to get done here around home. I want to go check my trail camera out on the urban hunt land and possibly move it, and hopefully we'll be hunting here in the next couple days. So thank you guys for bearing with me. I know it's not easy to sit here and watch somebody struggle this much. Like I said, I am extremely afraid of heights, and this is just me trying to step out of my comfort zone, as long as I'm safe about it. So let's get after some deer, you guys. Got that squirrel about to jump on my head. All right. Whew, let's get down there. Okay. All right, well, I just had to say that's a completely different way of climbing a tree. Quite different than ladder stands I'm used to, but I think it's gonna definitely prove useful in a lot of different scenarios where I may not be able to get a ladder stand in and out. So pretty cool, you guys. Didn't take too long to get down the tree. Going up was definitely trying to do a lot to get to figure out what I was doing and how I was doing it. Other than that, when I was sitting in the stand, it wasn't bad at all. I was rather comfortable in the stand other than the heights. But man, it's gonna take a lot of getting used to for this guy that's scared of heights. So might be able to get away with 3 sticks though, depending on where I go, especially if I don't plan on going too high up. 4 sticks just make it a little bit easier not to have to overstep on a few different areas maybe. Check the tree, make sure I didn't leave anything up there. Looks good. I hope we're out there here pretty soon, guys. Still shaking. My legs are shaking more than anything now. Maybe this is a blooper reel. For all of you that aren't scared of heights, I envy you. If you guys have any good recommendations on a setup like this and a few things I might be able to do and make it a little easier on me, go ahead and drop it in the comments possibly. But as of right now, this is the setup I'm running with. But I'm starting to see there's not a lot of difference between this and a saddle. And pretty much all I'd have to change is the stand. So who knows, maybe we'll look into a saddle at some point if we can get more and more comfortable up in a tree. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later.